Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. So today it is a Sunday slowdown and it's going to be all about my favourite series and favourite movies that are going on just now on Netflix and on the telly. Now, I have done favourites over the years with like all my beauty stuff, and whenever I put in what I've been watching, loads of people have been putting in the comments, oh, I've been watching this, that's a good advice for me, I'm going to go and watch that. So it's always been kind of popular, so I thought I would do a Sunday slowdown and do this once a month on my favourite things that I've been watching over the month. And then you guys can go and see if you want to watch it, or you can put in the comments below things that you've been watching that you think are really good, and then I can go and watch it. I am a little bit of a TV and telly fiend. I actually started a review channel ages ago, but then I didn't commit to it. So, as you can see, the new t-shirt, I made a little banner thing, and because I've never had a professional banner on my YouTube and everybody else has, and I thought, how do you do it? I need to do it. So I wrote my husband in and he made one for me and I loved it, and then he came downstairs and he's made it. The benefit of having a husband who has a t-shirt business. Okay, first things first, I'm going to start with some series and then I'll move on to movies. So, big things that I have been watching on Netflix. Now, Netflix is unbelievable, don't you think? It's like the bomb.com. Everybody is just, everything is on there. Oh, I just love it. So, first series, we've been watching things like The Messiah. So, if you haven't watched The Messiah, it's really, really, really good. Now, the premise is that it's about it's kind of like it's about Jesus in modern day times. So as if Jesus had came back now, what would we think? And he is the Messiah. And the whole way through you're kind of thinking, is he the Messiah? Is it true? Which is kind of like the whole story of Jesus, because you can still be like that now. Was it true or was it a tale? I'm not sure. So that story delves right into it. It's smack bang right in the middle. And like I said to Di when we were watching it, it wasn't a slow burner, it was really quite into it, really quite quick. And there's always something happening in an episode. So I totally recommend that one. Another one that I watched on my own, my husband didn't want to watch this one, was October Faction. And honestly, I just finished that and I recommend it fully. It's on Netflix, of course. And it's just fab. It's about 10 episodes long. And it's about a family who battle monsters. Yeah, they're battling monsters, and it's the mum and dad with the two kids, and they go back to their family home because the dad's father has passed away. Now, the kids don't know about what their parents do and that there is actually monsters in this world. And it's just them coming of age because they're becoming adults now, they're becoming 18, and little things are going to be happening to them. Won't say any more, but there's lots of good scenes in there with fighting monsters, if you like fighting monsters, and there is a twist in the end. So there's a twist. Well, in the middle you kind of get it, and it's really, really good. So I would totally recommend that one as well. Right, now I'm going to go on to another one that I was watching on my own, which was The Sinner. And I watched series 1, I haven't watched series 2 yet. Series 1 was... Do you know when you're watching something and you're like, I'm not really too sure if I like this. This isn't that great. I'm not as intrigued. But then and then after it's finished, like now when I'm looking back on it, I actually think it was actually really, really good and really, really interesting and really, really different. So it starts off with a graphic scene where this girl kills somebody, and it's really graphic, but then delves into... As she goes to prison, there's a cop who's like, I want to find out more about this, because why would a girl just do this? And she's a mother, wife, why would she just do that when she's quiet and nice? So they delve into her past, and it's her questioning herself and getting information out of herself that she didn't even know existed inside her own head because she had blanked it out. So she didn't even know why she did what she did, because she had blanked it out in her own mind. And that is Jessica Biel, and she is just brilliant. She's just a really good actress. I have to watch season 2, so that is on my list. And then we have You, which everybody's been talking about You, and I had put it off for a long time. I thought, I'm not watching it because I'm just not watching it. I just didn't fancy it. But then I got hooked, and it's 2 seasons. I was done in a few days. Oh my god, once I start binging something, that is it. And my husband, we loved it. So that is about a stalker. The main guy in it is delicious as well. And he's actually in a film that I'm going to mention later. He's really, really good looking. So he is a stalker, and you see it from his perspective, stalking the girl. And it ends up in murder. There's a bit of murder in here because he's a stalker, he's obsessed. And so he murders a few people. But it's because it's done from his perspective, you kind of start to like him, and you're kind of rooting for him sometimes, just kind of bonkers. And you begin to not feel for the girl, which is even weirder. So if you had told the story, which I think would be fantastic if they told the story from the girl's perspective, I think that would be amazing. Right, then I'm going to move on to another series, which is The Stranger. And this I watched myself. My husband didn't want to watch this, so I watched it on my own. I binged it over a couple of days. And wow, it's really, really good. It is British. Jennifer Saunders is in it, and she plays... They didn't utilise her enough, I don't think. A stranger comes and kind of disrupts life within a town. So it's kind of like that ripple effect. So you tell someone a secret, or tell another person a secret, another person a secret, and then all the secrets kind of unravel, and everything unravels together, and it becomes a mystical world of secrets. And then you get a lot of panic, and you got a lot of stress, and you get a lot of people who are frightened. So that creates a great TV series. So I totally recommend it. A lot of good British cast. It's set in Britain, and I just think it's a brilliant thing to get behind because lots of great actors in there. And it ends with the biggest secret of all to be kept. And it's a great little twist at the end. So yay. I totally recommend it. Right, then we're going to move on to White House Farm. This is on Channel 3, and there has been 5 episodes so far, so we're waiting for a 6th. It is fantastic. It's so good. It's about the Bamber family who were murdered, and it's whether or not it was the son Jeremy. Jeremy Bamber is in the prison because of this. So it's really just to say whether he murdered his family or it was his sister who murdered everyone and then shot herself. So yeah, it's really, really interesting. There's loads of information on Google to read up on that whole thing because it is a true life story, and I totally recommend it. But yeah, I really, really, really think it's brilliant. I do wish I had waited and binged it. Instead, we watched it every week. So every week I'm kind of like, oh, I wish it was on now. So because there's only 1 episode left, I would just binge it and watch the whole thing together, and then you remember more as well, which is better. So totally recommend it, and that is on Channel 3. Now another one is Love Island. We have been obsessed. I've loved it. It's the winter version of Love Island, and I actually think it was better than last summer's. I've just really, really enjoyed it. There's not much I can say about Love Island. It just is good. Okay, so that is the end of all the series that I've watched recently. Hopefully I'll be back next month with some more series that I've been watching and binging. But now I'm going to go on to a couple of movies, well maybe 3 or 4 movies that I have really enjoyed. One that I didn't enjoy, and we'll start off with that first because they really don't recommend it. Ad Astra. We waited for ages for it with Brad Pitt, and it was horrific. There was a message to the story, you got to let go of your father through grief. And I think that's what the message is, the moral of the story. Do you know when a film has this overriding moral, and it's actually not about that, what's happening, it's about an overriding thing? Does that make any sense? But that's what I kind of got from it. But it's set in space, and it's just a long, long, long movie with no real clear function or explaining to you why. So yeah, I don't recommend that. It was 2 hours of my life I won't get back. But anyway, moving on to good movies that I've really enjoyed. Now this is the first one that I'm going to mention, and this is ages ago with Gwyneth Paltrow. And I just watched it the other night and I really liked it. It's on Netflix, and it's called Hush. Now this is an old movie. I would say it's from the 90s, I think, or early 2000s. But my goodness, it's really, really good. It's about the mother-in-law from hell, who's played by, oh my goodness, she was out of Tootsie. She's the girl out of Tootsie, which is another amazing movie with Dustin Hoffman. If you've never watched Tootsie, please watch it. You won't regret it. But anyway, I can't remember her name. She is the crazy mother-in-law, and oh, she's just brilliant. So it's like really, really tense, and it kind of reminded me of the Julia Roberts film, Sleeping with the Enemy. It's kind of different because obviously that's about husband and wife, but it's that same taut kind of thriller type thing, so you know something's happening throughout it. But yeah, so she moves in with her mother-in-law, with the husband, and things happen and unravel and secrets become unfurled. But anyway, it's a really, really good movie. And then we'll go on to, and that was on Netflix, and then we'll go on to more Netflix movies. The Prodigy. Oh, I absolutely loved it. If you can watch The Prodigy, you won't regret it. It's so, so, so good. It's about a little boy who is the prodigy. So at the start, there's a guy murdered because he's a serial killer. It's a bit freaky at the start, but then it's like he's jumped into the baby's body. So as the baby's growing up, he's becoming like really, really scary, and the mum starts to figure it out. The people who are in the know start to figure out something's wrong. Then they do a recession. They do like a regression where he regresses back, and this guy is in there, and it's just really, really, really good. And the end is fabulous. I think the end is brilliant for a movie. I can't tell you because I'll give you the secret, but it's really, really good. So I totally recommend it. And then another one that was just like that, is very similar, is The Hole in the Ground, which is another amazing movie. And it's based on a little boy being taken over by some sort of presence. And it's the mum is fighting against that and trying to get her little boy back, which is pretty similar to the first movie. And it's just a really, really good movie. I really, really enjoyed it. And then another one that I watched that was kind of similar to that was The Snowman with Fassbender. I think that's his name, Fassbender, Michael Fassbender. It's something like that. But it's a really, really, my husband hated it, but it stayed with me and I've thought about it since. It was a really, really good movie. About serial killers and he used to always kill when it was snowing. But the twist at the end about who the serial killer is, I think is really, really good. It's really well done. So yeah, not everyone's going to love that one. My husband, as I say, really, really disliked it, but I really, really enjoyed it. So it's called The Snowman, and I'm sure that was on either Sky or Netflix, but it is a good movie, it really is. Okay, and then the next one that we had was The Escape Room, and this was done in 2019. It was on Premiere, Sky Premiere, and oh my goodness, it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It's like 5 people are invited to an escape room, and they think they have to escape to win, and the winner gets £10,000. But it's real. It's a real escape room, and it's not fake. There's not going to be anyone coming in to help you. You're going to die. So they go through all the rooms, and then there's one eventual person at the end. And it definitely leads into The Escape Room 2. For sure there's going to be, because you'll know from the ending. But it's a really, really good movie, and I didn't think I would like it, but I really enjoyed it, and I've been thinking about it since, so it must have stayed with me. It's actually a good movie that I enjoyed. And then there was Pet Sematary, which had really bad ratings. It was like 2, and my husband didn't like it, but I absolutely loved it. John Lithgow, if he's in anything, which I love him. Third Rock from the Sun, and Dexter. He was amazing in Dexter. If anyone knows me, you know how much I love Dexter. It's my favourite series of all time. I loved it. So yeah, it was nice to see him in a movie, and he was brilliant. And the main character was brilliant. The story was great. It's obviously Stephen King, so you can't... It's a reworking as well, so it's not like the first one. But gosh, I really, really enjoyed it. It's full of jump scares and stuff, and I liked it. If you're kind of hardcore like my husband is, you're maybe not going to like it. You have to be kind of like me, who jumps at anything. Then you're going to like it. It's going to be really good. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Pet Sematary, and it's out now on Sky Premiere. Okay, the next one I'm going to say, I think this will be my last one as well, except, well, 2. The first one I'm going to say is Oblivion with Tom Cruise. Now, I've watched this about 57 times, so it really shouldn't be in my list because it's not a new thing that I've watched. But if you can watch Oblivion, it is the best movie Tom Cruise has ever made. I'm War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise movies. I just love them. But they two are just, I wasn't in my list, I just thought of them there and now. Anyway, this is my last one, and this was The Stepfather, and this is on Netflix. And this has got the guy from You, the series. So if you liked him, then there's quite a lot of him in this, with no top on, which is nice to watch. But yeah, it was really, really good. I watched it yesterday. My husband didn't watch it, he didn't want to watch it. But it's another one of those sleeping with the enemy, and that kind of tense thriller where someone is pretty good all the way through, but then you discover they're not so good, and you're like, oh my god, something's going to happen to the family. So that is how that goes. But obviously a stepfather takes over a family, and he is not a good person. He's a serial killer. So yeah, not the best one to be coming in and welcome into your family. So I really, really enjoyed it though. Okay, so that is the end of my list of films and series that I've been watching in the last month and that I've really, really enjoyed and that I totally recommend to anybody who watches or who is obsessed with TV and film like me. I'll try and put clips and stuff. Hopefully you've seen clips and things over the top so that you can see what they look like if you're wanting to view them later on your own and Netflix and stuff. But hopefully I'll come back next month after another month of finding new stuff to watch and I can do another one of these videos where it's a slow down Sunday video. That's it. Alright, so are you obsessed with TV and film? Do you have any recommendations for me? Please put it down in the comments below. Alright, thanks for joining me. Take care of yourself and see you on another video soon. Bye everyone. Do it again now. Oh gosh, thank you so much. I want to start that thing from the BBC for in American